appreciate the enthusiasm, Alex, but you don't have to commit suicide here. It's fine.
All right. All right. I've unmuted. Okay, I've unmuted the stream. Let's go. So right then, how's everyone doing? Good. Got drinks. Ready to go. Another session of D&D, session 57.
Woo, D&D.
67.
Oh yeah, 67. Whoops.
Almost to that fabled nice session.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which one? What?
69.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I have no idea what that means.
It's a number.
It is a number.
It's
a very special number.
It's an odd number.
Yeah. Is it a prime number? Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
No, 23.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well, let's move on. Okay. So then, in that case, last we left off. I'm not really sure why the music stopped, but I guess. Oh, has it not? Okay. Well, maybe one day it will start for me. Anyway. So okay. But anyway, last we left off then, Clive Five had come to the Frostbleed Peaks to help Roxxon's tribe, the Frostbleed clan, in discovering the reason of there being, some deathly corruption which has been plaguing the land in stone circles. Also, there was this big storm which had raged outside the tower of Denas Terar, made by Aynfir, the high priestess of the giants, which made it quite clear that whatever was happening to the mountains, the giants had something to do with it. The party, you all fought your way down the tower during the Battle of Denas Terar after collecting the Sword of Rutan, Roxxon's ancestral sword, and ended up fighting Aynfir and Ashen, whose original form stood before you, some half-formed monstrous being, seemingly at the same time youthful, like in a sort of baby, sort of gross way, and indescribably ancient at the same time. You fought in some sort of vessel buried underground and repaired to a great extent with tile stones powering much of the machinery, as well as feeding Ashen through these long umbilical tubes which had attached into the central console. The fight was tough, with Aynfir trapping Gira and Gothric behind a force gauge before teleporting in to try and finish them off. But as the fight progressed, as she was about to make the killing blow, Gira's holy weapon and chromatic orb got the first hit. As she lay there dead, you were helped out to escape by Arnax, the druid of the mountains, and Hammer of Charity, the leader of the rocks of the mountains, dodging harpoon bolts as the tower collapsed behind you. So, as you land by the Goliath camp overlooking the battlefield, you watch as behind you the recently collapsed tower now lies as a pile of rubble, smoke and dust spreading across the field, carried by the wind away. Goliaths and Aarakocra are streaming into the camp single file, some limping with cloth held to various bloody wounds, and some are carried on makeshift stretchers. A scene of chaos ensues, with wailing and screams of pain coming from a number of tents in the centre of the camp, with people rushing to bring water, bandages and supplies to those who are being operated on for their wounds to be amputated. Suddenly, there's a boom. Instinctively looking up, you watch as the raging storm cloud above begins to tighten, as the flashes of lightning flare out of the centre, smacking the rubble in the tower multiple times. The storm unnaturally begins to wane and grow, almost as if it was somehow indecisive about whether to stay open or close up. And then before you know it, you all feel this sharp, raging pain in your heads. Unable to stand, you all fall to your knees, a harsh throb which feels as if your head will explode at any moment. Your vision goes black. And you hear, "Father, hear me." The voice of Ashen's voice echoes into infinity for a few seconds before you see it in your mind's eye. There's a shape, a rough sphere in a faint green, overlaid on the black, starry background of space. In front of the sphere, there are thousands of tiny flashes, greens, purples, reds, and similarly bright lines of energy which shoot back and forth. As you look down, you see below you a mighty battle taking place. Vessels, which look similar to sailing ships but clad in metal, fire beams of energy at one another. Explosions abound about you, and you begin to notice something. All of the ships are flying in the same direction, away from the sphere. As it grows bigger, coming towards you, more ships are engaged in the battle, seemingly tripping over each other to try and get away. And as you pick up and then you begin to pick up on this aura of panic, all these different ships are eliciting from different cultures and societies all around the galaxy. The sphere is large now, taking up most of your vision. Green clouds swirl on the surface, crackling with purple energy. A ship gets too close, and the clouds begin to reach out, engulfing it, and stripping the metal from it as easily as you would unwrap a present. A flash of light presents, and for just a moment you see below the cloud layer. Huge dark craters form the shape of a face in torment, as a sea of lava boils on the southern hemisphere, and you all begin to feel a deathly chill overcome your body. As the sphere comes closer and closer, pulling you beneath the cloud layer, you see ancient monolithic towers chittering with indescribable horrors. Creatures fly with wings that don't flap, but morph in some impossible way, keeping them aloft. You see nightwalkers, thousands of them, who walk aimlessly on the surface, waiting for their opportunity to suck the life from the living. This planet you see before you is not alive. It has never been alive. It is a planet born dead. You all awaken suddenly, surrounded by Goliaths who have knelt down assisting you, and you begin to shake off your what's just happened, and you begin to get the idea that you've all had a similar sort of hallucination.
Is it similar to the ones that Mona's had before, like dreams and stuff?
Yes, actually, a lot of these ships look very similar. This seems to have a bit more context to what's going on.
Okay.
What the hell was that?
Were they battling a planet?
Are we gonna have to fucking kill a planet now?
What's a planet?
Good question.
That's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know why I said that. What is a planet?
You know what planets are.
We all live on a disc, on a tortoise, flying through the sky.
On another tortoise. On another tortoise.
Telescopes exist. You get the idea that they weren't fighting the planet; they were running from it.
Running away. Yeah.
God.
Is that an evacuation?
I mean, it looks like they're trying to kill each other on the way out, or at least slow each other down so that the planet of death tried to eat them first.
I have seen these ships before in dreams.
Huh. I think these could be related to the mind flayers. And...
Yeah.
Perhaps a visit to Baratheon is in order.
I'm not sure we're particularly welcome there.
I don't think we should go to Baratheon.
Why? Why would we go to Baratheon? Why would we not go to Baratheon?
We're particularly welcome.
We were literally told never to come back.
Oh, is that the? Yeah, that's the place where we killed that lovely squire person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Try not to talk about the squire. We might be able to get some information in Thandir or from the I guess possibly distinctly no information from Thandir, given that's the one thing you can't get information about from there. But
also, don't we when we usually talk to the Oracle dude, doesn't he always like speaking riddles and the like as well? Like, he'll likely tell us one thing and then the truth will be something completely different.
I don't know, I mean, I think he's a little bit cryptic, but not, I think, not to the point of being misleading.
Well, all I'm saying is, if I could look into the future, or the past, or whatever the fuck he does, I would try and speak in a way that other people would understand me, rather than being a confusing old fart.
That I suspect that might be difficult if you can't empathize with someone because your perception of reality is completely different to theirs. How are you supposed to communicate with them effectively? It'd be like you trying to speak to a bacteria. But we have slightly more pressing matters at hand, I believe.
As you say that, you see Arnax pushing through the crowd, saying, "Hurry, you fools! You don't have enough time to sleep. Roxon, your father."
I'm coming.
He leads you. You are led into the chief's tent, where you see Aynfir and a few Goliaths who are like battle weary, covered in blood. They're crowded around a bed where Rithzok lies. As you hear Aynfir speaking. "Father, don't do this. Arnax can heal you." You hear Rithzok say, "I'm getting old, Aynfir. This is my last chance to die an honourable death. Anyway, you'll be chief now." He notices you all enter and says, "Please, everyone, leave me to speak with my son before I die." The group and Aynfir all nod and leave as she motions for the rest of you to come along.
Just hand on Roxon's shoulder, head out.
Thank you.
Okay, so you all go out. Roxon, your father says. You see like a bit of a speck of blood beginning to congeal at the side of his mouth. "You did it. You destroyed Ashen."
Yes, we did it. But at what cost? So many are dead.
We finally got what we came for. He looks down at his wound, and you see that there's like a big load of cloth which has just been packed into this open stomach wound. Like the smell of death is just reeking from this wound. He looks down and he says, and he sort of chuckles and he says, "I thought I'd be scared, especially, well, In fact, I'm looking forward to it, seeing what happens next."
You earned it, Father. I'm sure wherever you go, you will be honored. As a great chief.
Be good to your sister, Roxon. She has a lot of responsibility now. She'll need you.
I will do what I can. And aid her in any way I can.
Good.
I promise you that.
Good. Now go. Let me die.
Thank you, Father, for giving me another chance.
As you go out of the tent, you sort of take one last moment to look back, and you see him reaching for a dagger at the side of the bedpost. And as you go out, you see everyone crowded around. Aynfir rushes up to you and gives you a hug. He says, "Oh, I don't know what to do."
It'll be okay. We'll figure this out. We'll make the funeral arrangements sooner.
Okay. Thank you all for your help today. She sort of looks around.
I couldn't have done it without you all. Thank you.
No worries.
No worries. You need any aid from the orcs of the Grey Mountains at any point, just contact us. We'll do what we can. It seems like there's a lot of threats. We've got a lot of warriors that could help.
Sounds like you already have a new ally for your tribe, Aynfir.
Well, we need as many as we can get. But it does seem like whatever was causing that storm is gone now. As you look up in the sky, and the last remaining remnants of the storm have disappeared. The sky is now clear and blue.
Yes, I mean, Ashen's gone, but Aynfir, did you see it too?
See what?
Oh. Well, we had a bit of a shared vision, I suppose. It seems that Ashen's part of something much bigger.
Arnak says, "That's impossible. Surely not."
Why not?
I mean, that Night Walker that we fought near the circle.
Yes.
We saw a planet with thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of them littered on the surface. The planet was it's desolated.
What? Do you think Ashen has something to do with that?
He called out for his father. The planet had a face in the surface. I maybe we're reading into this a bit, but it seemed almost as though the planet itself was a sentient being.
That is the picture.
Oh, that's pleasant.
Cool.
It's something of a scale that no group of individuals could possibly hope to fight.
I potentially disagree with that. It was said that Naruzatar, before he took the mantle of responsibility, that it was the doings of the Kyra Concord that held responsibility for this fragile little blob in... Is the word universe a thing? I guess so.
Yeah.
In this universe.
The plane is probably the better one.
Plane. Yeah, let's do that. Plane of reality? Yeah. Plane of reality. I am deeply troubled by that vision, as you all are, but I think the elemental lodestones might be a way that we can potentially arm ourselves with some form of defense. We already have a couple in our possession. I think it might be wise to see if that might be a suitable path to take.
I don't know, gathering all the stones into one
Not
location.
all.
I don't know.
But what would we even do with the stones?
Well,
All we know is that other people wanted them. We don't know what for.
no, you're
And
right.
it's like, I mean, sure, they're magic, but I know next to nothing about magic. I somehow have managed to use a couple spells in the last few days, but I know nothing about the theories here. How are we going to use these magical crystals to fight a planet?
I don't know.
I think if it is to come to that, it is. Sorry. I think if there is to be any use of them, it should be to avoid having to take on whatever we saw there, because nothing good can come of that. All the armies of this planet could not take on what we saw there. I mean, just one of those things. You remember how much we struggled fighting just one.
Perhaps. You raise a good point.
You saw those sky ships, though.
Yeah, they seem to be fleeing. I don't know if that was their planet and it had whatever that was. Ashen's
That's the
father had
point.
taken over, or
That's the point, though. There are other places.
allies.
We
perhaps.
could move there in search of new allies and muster an army of sky ships. If we could get into space. Final frontier, as it so happens to be.
I don't know. The more we reach out to them, the more they will reach back out to us. And if this planet isn't ready to be involved with those kinds of powers, then it could be disastrous.
If you don't recall, we were warned by Naruzatar that the 4 children were coming to Erd. Well, I'm not sure particularly if this relates to this problem. It wouldn't surprise me in the least, but we know that he was in the process of collecting the lodestones. I don't know why.
I suppose
Ashen did refer to her father. Ashen could be one of the children, I guess.
No, we know that the names of the children. Hold on, hold on.
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Angst, Jitters, Blight, and Creep. And the sister is the fifth. Wait, am I right there? Yeah. Hold on, I confused myself.
Yeah.
Maybe those are just nicknames.
I fear there are references of these children that predate. We've seen things in areas where the Mystrians would perhaps existed. So I think these problems have been around for a long time. I think that what we lack now is any defense on this plane to defend ourselves from these types of problems, and you might be very right, Scrimshaw, that quite frankly we wouldn't be able to do anything to stop that thing. But I feel like we must try something.
I'm with Gira on this one. Even if we aren't ready, we're gonna have to be ready. Ashen called out to this thing. It's coming.
I mean, whatever it is, we can't let it get to that point.
Agreed.
Hello.
I don't know what preceded.
Hello.
Whatever that was.
I think all we know it now is we find the lodestones that we can. Try and find some kind of thing that could buy us time to come up with a solution.
Do you think that perhaps understanding what led to the fall of the Kara Concord and Naruzatar needing to, as you said, take the mantle of responsibility, if we find out why the Kara Concord fell, we might, in effect, be able to arm ourselves with some knowledge that might help defend this plane?
I mean, the Naruzatar's fucked off. The Kyra Concord don't concern themselves with mortal matters, from what I understand.
I'm pretty sure
But
they
they
got
are the
destroyed.
Well, when I had
No one knows, do they?
the dreams, I had a message from Shai from the strangers, and she was involved. So,
And we've met a couple dragons. Well, you've met one dragon,
Yeah,
and we've
one
met
of them.
together another dragon.
Yeah, there was Melindra, was it?
Yep.
Papa.
Who took over our buddy
Real.
body.
Yeah.
Melindra Fairway.
She mentioned being a member of the Concord. Maybe she knows something about old Kyra weapons.
If she's going to cross the world back to which continent are they from again?
They're from the Basalt Isles, which is east of Eshmalin.
Right.
No, it's like northeast of Eshmalin.
If she's gone back to the Basalt Isles, then I mean, I don't think we'd have to go there, right? We can't contact them from here.
I mean, can't we use that weird messaging spell?
Gira does it? I don't think it goes that far, right?
Likely.
You can give it a try.
I thought most spells don't go over continents, but yeah, we can give it a try.
Teleport cross continent or between intercontinent.
Yeah, it's usually teleport. Sending is on this plane, I think.
All right.
So, yeah. If you know someone, you could scry on them theoretically as well, but it'll be more difficult because they're really far away. But sending is just sending, as long as you know them.
All right.
Yeah, it's harder to teleport matter than it is to send a message.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose might be a little tricky because I mean, Gira, you didn't. Were you with us? You weren't with us at the time, Gira, were you?
Yeah, Gira was with Sol Melindra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And never mind. And yeah, Gira, you could try sending a message. I don't know if you're up to that at the moment. We've been through a lot today, but
yeah, I'd have to do it tomorrow. Actually, I say Gira would. Actually, do I even have message?
You have sending.
Sending, of course I do. Yeah. Okay.
You could tomorrow.
I could actually do that now. I could do it now. It's level 3 one, isn't it?
Do you have it prepared?
No, I don't. Sorry, I'm sorry. Tomorrow, I don't have it prepared. Sorry, that would have been quite coincidental. Yeah, here's one I prepared earlier.
Yeah, I suppose if you're preparing for battle, you don't typically.
No, I don't know.
Like,
Sorry.
Sending. That's a.
I in my head I was like, I thought you were saying, do you have the spell slots? Which I do. I just don't have it prepared.
I mean, if he has sending prepared in a battle, he can send for help.
That's true.
Nah, we use more offensive spells. You don't need help.
Before you send for help and then don't have the slot for Revivify.
Okay, so what's everyone doing? The camp itself is beginning to wind down. The rest of the army is beginning to stream back into the camp. The Aarakocra are much more limited than they were before. Something like, from your preliminary sort of guesses, about half of the Goliaths are either dead or really badly injured. About another quarter are fairly injured, and then about a quarter are fine. About 3/4 of the Terrafolk died. And there is like that heavy sort of air over everyone because people are now just coming to terms with the fact that their sort of lifelong friends and stuff have died. But over the rest of the day, people just start to mourn, begin funeral preparations to transport the bodies to the lock gate.
I'd like to kind of during the day like go around and offer whatever help I can.
Yep.
With helping to try and save people that can be saved.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
But people that can't.
All right. So, if there's anything else that you want to do, otherwise we can just like skip forward in time a little bit to the funeral.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So 2 days later, the army has trekked up to the Lock's Gate, carrying the bodies of their dead. The Aarakocra are separated and went to Heaven's Falls to do their own funeral preparations. But you see about maybe 300, 400 Goliaths dead, being carried into the Lock's Gate, just past the gate and left there. Obviously, there's that sort of like weirdness about it, especially about the fact that it no longer seems to be giving that sort of mist anymore, and a lot of the people are sort of noticing and commenting on it, but they're just saying, okay, well, they'll be carried to the afterlife. As you see, like loads of vultures circling overhead.
I just kind of walk up this quietly to Roxanne, just like, did you tell anyone but your father?
No, I thought wait until after.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking maybe just don't say anything.
I mean, Aidemir at least, surely. Leave it in her hands.
You're right, actually. She's the new chieftain. She should do it.
I don't have to worry about this. My sister will.
Hey, not our. We.
Yeah, just ignore that. Just for my own notes. So Aidemir comes over. She's dressed in like a very ceremonial sort of barbarian attire, which is like dyed wolf fur all over her, almost in like a long sort of almost like a long dress that just droops down all the way to the floor. She says, "Thank you all for coming." She looks like her eyes are a bit puffy. She might have been crying. She says, "My father is going next. Well, our father."
I'll miss him.
Yes, he was a great man. A lot of people say that he was too cautious, but when it mattered, he went for it and died doing what what he felt was right.
He did what needed to be done in the end. It unfortunately cost him his life. But in a way, he got the death he wanted.
Yes. This place is different.
It is.
I assume you know something about it?
Let's go somewhere where we can't be heard.
Okay.
Scrimshaw, I'm specking you over, because you can explain these things better than me.
Oh, is this for me? I mean, if you want, right?
Yeah, well, I'll you fill in the gaps.
Okay.
Kind of what you're good at doing.
Well, you can just sort of explain it to her and like tell her the story if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So she after hearing what you have to say, she sort of pinches the bridge of her nose and says, "Well, I didn't actually believe any of this stuff anyway."
Neither did I, really. It did seem a bit silly, didn't it?
I think it's good that we just keep our traditions the same, though.
I agree. People need something right now, and I think if we tell them that we everything's a lie, then there may be some issues.
Well, we don't know if this isn't a holy place, and what is a holy place if not something that people call holy? So,
I suppose you're right.
I think that we'll continue as usual. But
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. What are you going to do after this?
I feel I need to stay with these guys. There's much more to do that's still left to do.
That's understandable.
There's a much bigger things at stake here.
Yes. Well, all of you. She looks at all of you. Looks at you, Mona. She says, one of these days I am gonna go see the ocean with you. It's maybe not the time right now, but once things are settled, I will have time.
Yeah, just let me know when you're free, and I'm sure we can arrange something. I've got Weston's just a sending spell away.
Yeah, I can't wait for us all to go on the boat together at the same time.
Well, I look forward to it. You're all, of course, welcome whenever it is that you decide you wish to stay.
Oh, we wouldn't want to intrude. You and Morna would be wonderful.
She chuckles.
Does Raventhorpe have a teleportation circle?
It does not, I'm afraid. We have never been too connected with the Arcana Hearts here. We're more based on nature, and Arnax, as much as he is great, he has trouble with a lot of the things like teleportation.
Mm.
Right, well,
Where is your nearest teleportation circle?
Probably VL. Or Ulm.
Okay.
I suppose it wouldn't be too much trouble to get the Goliaths through wild paths to VL.
Well, I'm hoping that now we've started talking with the new giant leadership that we very well could have peace in this region.
Wonderful news.
Carrying on what...
leaders?
Well, there are giants who survived, and they do still live in tribes. We aren't going to take a process of killing them. So, yeah, it does look like we have a little bit of peace to come. Aynfir is dead, and her cult is gone with her, effectively.
Be careful, though. Reldon is still about.
Well, if Reldon decides to be of any trouble, I'll kill him like Ritzok killed Rickon.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember all the names. Everyone all got names beginning with that. Well, in that case, Here it is. And she points over to see the funeral procession carrying a large stack of sort of metal on top of this big shield that has Reldon's body on it. 5 or 6 like big Goliaths of his guard are carry him into the gate and further down into the valley before ceremonially sort of placing his body down. Arnak steps forward and says, "As we are born from nature, we return to it." Does anyone have anything they want to say?
I would like to say just a few words. I'm not one for speeches, so I just want to say a few little bits. My father was a great man. And although I disagreed with him, I think, looking back, he was right at the time. But when it really mattered, he did commit to the cause and helped to vanquish a great evil. He died a hero and will be remembered as a hero. And now the crown of our tribe passes to Aynfir, who I wholeheartedly think will do an amazing job. Thank you.
The Goliaths all look around, mumble to each other. Aynfir steps forward. Rithsok, he had a lot of things that people didn't like about him. There was a lot of parts about us that he didn't like about us. But he was our chief. And he made the ultimate sacrifice for what we all thought was the best thing. So, nothing else needs to be said. And all the Goliaths begin to filter away and begin packing up their stuff, making their way out. Arnax comes over. Well, thank you all, Clive Five. It has been an adventure, to say the least.
Yeah, it's been good knowing you.
Well, from what I've heard, the corruption is rapidly going. So I'm hoping that those who have been affected by it will soon lose that. And then the circles also will be at their best. I have a lot of work to do to keep this everything in order, to play a neutral role, but you're all welcome to stay with me whenever you like.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if anything major happens, do please let us know.
Yes. I wanted you to have this. And he pulls out from his bag this ring. He says, "I've had this for a long time, but I think it should belong to you, or whoever you want it to. It is my thank you gift. I don't have much in terms of money, but I do have this, and it should come in handy."
Thank you.
The ring itself is like this pale white gold band with this rock, this sort of sharp like rock on top.
Did you just propose to Roxon?
He says, "Well, yeah, unfortunately, I'm tied to my duties, but this is a ring of Earth Elemental Command."
Of what, sorry?
Earth Elemental Command.
Ooh.
So you can just do with it what you will. I'm sure that you'll find much more use than I will. If you look at Ring of Elemental Command, then it has things for Earth Elemental Command.
handy next time we're in the Grey Mountains.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, in that case, I better be on my way. This isn't the only funeral I have to be at today.
That's rather depressing, actually.
Yes. it is.
Yeah.
You begin to hear like a few rocks moving down the valley, and you see a couple of Goliaths like freaking out as a bunch of rocks begin to like attach themselves together, use it like with force, until you see Quarry like appear, like standing up, and loads of Goliaths go ah!
Oh,
Begin like
stone rocks, not the bird rocks.
no, not bird rocks. Yeah.
I thought they were all like gluing each other. Like,
No.
It's okay, he's with us.
Yeah,
Steady,
like a
steady
couple of,
your arms.
yeah, a couple of Goliaths like pick up their weapons and look at you and put them down. And Quarry says, "Now, I'm not going to kill anyone. Ugh. It takes a lot of energy to get into this form."
It is a pleasure to see you once more, good dear friend.
Yes. Well, I assume you assume you know why I'm here.
Quite. I was wondering when you would show up.
Well, I have been I've been assigned a mission for you. So by the Tempest.
Well, of course.
They have told me that there's a hammer, which, if you were to find and rebuild, you would understand a lot more of your past. This hammer is linked with you in a way.
If this is the bargain that you ask for in return for your service, I see this as a very generous offer. I
Well,
was half expecting to, I don't know.
I serve the Tempest, and the Tempest has chosen you as its champion.
Well, I'm not quite sure how this takes precedent over matters, but I'm not one to question the Tempest.
It will help you regain your memories.
Say, Quarry, before you do leave, we were slightly concerned that we need to know a bit more about the Kara Concord. Would you say this is a reasonable route to try and learn something more?
I think that I only know what the Tempest tells me, but
Very well.
I feel that many of the questions you may have may be answered if you find this weapon. As far as I can tell, well, as far as the Tempest can tell, when you appeared on this plane at this time, this hammer also appeared. It landed in the Spiderlands in Shawcrow, and by the tower of Arakatar. The Spider Queen, Jrik Sarak, seems to have started worshipping it as some divine element.
It is most unusual. I've not heard of spiders doing this in my travels across Warthade, although I guess that hasn't been that long.
She hasn't. She isn't a typical spider.
You spiders worshipping things?
I think the spider bit is just like a title, right? Like she's some kind of drow or something.
She's not a drow.
Oh, so she is an actual spider.
Yes.
Okay then. Right. Okay.
Huh.
Well, I thought it was.
Neat.
I thought it was just like a fancy title that she got, but no, she's an actual spider. Okay. Right.
Well, do you propose we head there?
Head there on your own time.
Very
but
well.
understand that she will not part from it willingly.
Well, I don't think anything in this plane likes to part from anything in particular. I haven't met a single being so far that's willing to give us what we want.
Anyway,
Sure, Krell, that's not on this map, is it?
yeah, yeah,
Is it?
it's north of you. It's,
Wait, oh, sorry, am I just being blind?
there, Arakatar.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, when you said Arakatar before, I think I heard it as Araka Tower.
Oh no, it is a tower, but it's called Arakatar.
going past Ostrat, which is the lake from the religion that Vondel worshipped, right?
Right, it's one of them. Yeah, one of the sacred lakes.
Yeah.
That's also in the last campaign. That's where who was it? That's where Severion threw a puppy down a well, like using minor image. You know that minor image of that, was it the puppy that fell down the well or something? Do you remember that? Anyway, so going back.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh well, you streamed it. I have a clip to it. All right, so yeah.
Ah, memes.
Okay, so yeah, Corey begins to collapse and says, "Yes, I have to go now." As he just begins.
I must
falling
go.
apart.
My people need me.
Somebody collapses into a pile of rubble.
Yeah, he just becomes a couple of rocks.
Whoop.
I wish I could do that. You know, disintegrate whenever I'm done with a conversation.
Good way to
Great.
leave a conversation you don't want to be in.
Exactly. You just like a conversation either gets really boring or really awkward, and you just I'm rocks now. It's
Okay,
great.
so Aidmir makes her goodbye. Arnax says goodbye. Everyone begins heading off. What did you want to do?
Roxon, I'm curious. What are you going to do with that sword that you found?
Oh yeah. I mean, I can either keep it or I can give it back, or
I'm sure at some point in the last couple of days you would have tried to use it. You realise that as you begin to try and use it, the energy has actually been drained from it. So it's just a hilt.
I will give it to Aidmir.
Nice.
And that can be as a token thing.
Okay.
And,
All right.
She'll have a.
a family heirloom.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
going forward.
All right. She's at some point before she goes, you give it to her. Whereabouts? Yeah. Where immediately are you heading off to afterwards then?
I think we need to discuss about what we want to do next. I think that needs to happen first,
Mhm.
and then I think we decide from there.
So Erstwalt.
All right. So yeah, where
Should we
do
stop in
wanna
VL
go?
on the way
Yeah.
to Erstalwalt?
No, because we could just teleport there.
Oh yes, that we can. I forgot that we have the teleportation magics even when Gideon is gone. Right.
I'm sorry. I think I missed something. What are we going to Erstwalt for? Is this just to go home?
Just as a base of operations, whilst you decide what to do next.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's best to start
Yeah.
from there.
I mean, I've got a couple gun maintenance things I would like to do there.
We could always go back to Lavar. No, Lasenia, not Lavar.
I mean, I've got a gun forge in Erstalwalt.
Yeah, but I want some more of those tasty, tasty grenades. That was fun.
They were frighteningly effective.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
Surprisingly tasty.
I've still got 2 left, but not the damaged ones. I've got a flash grenade and a smoke grenade.
I mean, I'm sure once we've all decided what we want to do, we can decide where that falls on the list of things that we want to get out of the way.
Okay, so are you going to teleport there?
Yeah?
Yeah. I think.
Yes.
I'm sure if you are ready.
Sure, I will
Ready?
take out my materials and begin casting.
Do you need some
Teleportation
money for
circle.
those materials?
Not quite yet. I've got 10. I've got enough for about 10 castings.
Okay, cool.
So it'll be a little while before I need it again.
Mm-hmm.
But if we are dotting around the place, going on various errands, then I will soon run out.
Okay.
Okay, I'll start casting and take us to Erstwald.
Okay, so once again, you all step into the circle as Grimshaw finishes the arcane incantation, feeling the floor give out beneath you and feeling weightless, like you're falling, just for a moment, as you all appear in the basement of Erstwald, where Erin had made the circle. You see all over nice homely paintings that whilst you were gone, Halcyon had put up, and nicely kept flowers and roses and house plants everywhere. Yeah, very very cottagecore.
Nice.
Sort of stepping out into the main lobby, you see Halcyon almost shit herself as she's carrying like a tray of biscuits and tea, like through into the next room. She goes, "Oh my goodness! You should have given me some notice." Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
We're back.
Wow. How are you all doing? I should have made tea for more. Well, I would have if I had known. Anyway, please, yeah, come through.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, come through in our own house.
And she's like, yes, sorry, I have been using the room here because the fireplace is much better than the other one. But I have made sure everything is in order and nice and clean.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you very much.
Clive's doing well.
Oh, good.
Great to hear.
I finished up I got a couple of people in, and they finished up a barn for him, a stable.
Oh,
Oh, that's
lovely.
good. Cool.
Really doing a good job around here.
Mm.
So it's quite lovely.
Yes, a couple of people from I don't know how busy you are. A couple of people from Darkbridge came. They gave some letters
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
whilst
Okay,
you've been gone. There's one to Morna, and
Right.
she hands over a neatly pressed with wax seal. You recognise it's the wax seal of Taman,
Okay.
and a letter to you, Gothric. Gothric, that's for you.
Is it like as neat, or is it just like
No.
pieces of paper just slapped
Yeah,
together?
yeah. There's no wax. It's like held together by a bit of black rope. You can tell it's made from the orcs.
Right.
Daddy, come
Okay.
home. Please.
Anyway,
Please, we don't know where you went.
Anyway,
You're the leader of us.
dinner is at 8. I have got a lovely, nice pork belly in. So
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
yes, time from the garden.
Wow.
Yeah.
Garrett kind of leans over and says, "Do we pay her for this?"
I don't think so.
Oh, have you
Mint.
been introduced to each other yet?
No, actually, I do not know who you are. She looks kind of scared a little bit. She's never seen a dragonborn probably before.
Fear not. I am perfectly harmless. You look like a charming lady. It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
Oh,
My
thank you.
My name is Gira.
Ah.
I serve the Tempest. And I am here on business that I'm not quite sure why, but you'll find out. Now, what brings you here? I hope they feed you well.
Yes, well, I mean, Erstwald did come with a fair amount of land, so I've taken it to grow some nice vegetables and fruit and keep some animals here.
Well, Gira turns to the guy, he kind of butts in and goes, I hope you haven't been making her do all the hard work. a lady of that maturity should not be in the garden.
What?
I mean, we've been out
The
seeing
field.
monsters.
She
so-
wants.
Kira,
Yeah.
you're probably older than her, and you've been fighting and killing lots of things.
Yeah,
Well,
doesn't matter what age she is. A lady of any maturity can do what she wants in the garden, as long as it's, within the law. Thank you.
It's okay,
very
Morna,
much.
but actually, some of the plants I have been growing aren't necessarily within the bounds of the law. But
Oh god!
Nice.
but
You might have to share those out during dinner.
well, that's there for my cataracts. Okay.
Yeah, well, if you need any money towards anything for around the house or just for yourself, just let us know.
Oh yes, no, that's okay. Yes. I mean, there is always an opportunity for you to hire some people to work the land, on a commercial basis. Might make some income.
Never really considered that.
Feels a bit. I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't like
have we
being
really had the
capitalist
time?
overlord.
I mean, creating
Sound.
jobs, producing food for people. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if
starvation
people want
exists,
to,
right? It's not.
if
a bad
people
thing.
want to use the land, let them. I don't want to be charging people to use our land. I feel that feels wrong.
I mean, we could pay them. We could pay them well and not.
Or we could just let them use it, and whatever they grow, they can just take and keep.
Perhaps we should put it to a vote.
Okay.
I vote we make it a hotel.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, you could become innkeepers.
That's the rest of the
We can
campaign
give the
sorted.
quests.
I vote with Morna on this one.
Yeah, I'd happily, if there's people who are interested in working some of our land that's currently going unused, I say let them use it to grow their own food or keep animals. As long as, they don't overrun it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, how would that be rationed out? So
Well,
is
just,
it just?
I
first
can.
come,
I
first serve,
well, I
or-
can take management of that.
yeah, sure. Just, maybe leave us some space around the actual house so that it's still nice. Nice, a little bit of a garden, but yeah, anything further out
Wait.
than the general house, I'd say.
We're barely here at the moment anyway, so
Nature is the
maybe-
purview of all. We should
Maybe-
not spoil it.
Could perhaps take a slight taxation of whatever is produced, so that you
Yeah.
I agree.
maintain the area.
No.
I mean, there'll be. I mean,
no,
there are
no.
certain services that we'd need to provide to those that are accessing
Yeah.
the land. Maybe if there are,
But we're not the
walls
one
or-
taking. We're not the one farming it, so why should we take the money from them?
You
Well, there would be other services provided. Protection from wildlife,
But we're not going to be
access
here.
to local amenities.
We're not gonna be here to protect them.
Healthcare.
National insurance.
yeah, nice.
If someone has an injury on your land, then you're responsible for that sometimes, right? So there's certain things to
Yeah.
consider here.
I don't think peasants have rights.
Really?
Whoa!
No,
What's
that's
that
just-
supposed to be?
I mean, I came from the Dancing Coast. We were a very like, revolutionary society. But peasants in this feudal society don't really have rights. It's just a fact.
Well, I mean, we'd want people working on our land to have rights, surely.
Well, that means we don't have to pay them as much then.
No, we're not going to pay them. That's the whole thing. We're not going to pay them. They're just
wait,
going to
wait.
work their land.
So
Wait,
they're gonna
Mona,
pay
so you're
us.
saying that rather than paying them for their work, you would rather have them go unpaid?
Wow, Morna.
No,
I expected
I would
better
say
from
we
you.
just let them use the land to do what they will with it. We are not employing them.
I don't know. It seems wholly more efficient to just pay them and.
Humans, you all care so much about money.
Okay,
There's
it's
only
not
that
right
work.
there.
Yeah.
I'm the
No,
only
I-
human here.
All I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm about the furthest you can get from being human.
I am
Not,
also
not,
not
sorry,
human.
look, more like, sorry, that's not.
Far
I'm not,
too
not
long
I'm
in
like.
this godforsaken land, Scrimshaw. You're all humans now.
That's
What?
racist, and I resent that.
That is
comment.
very racist.
You've been here
Is
longer
that
than
racist?
most of those. But you've been on this land longer than most of these guys. Well, any of these guys.
Well, did you want to check your letters?
Yes, I would
Yes.
like to check my letter.
No,
I
we'd
would
like to
like
argue
to-
some more.
Sit down and open the letter semi-privately, just like so no one can see over.
Okay,
I shall
I'll put
also do the same.
I'll put it in your journal.
Cool.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, you take the letters in your hand, give them a read. Halcyon just finishes her tea and heads off.
Cool.
I've never had
Oh.
land before.
Oh fuck.
It's
Oh
peaceful.
fuck. Oh fuck. Oh
everything
fuck.
burnt
Oh
down?
fuck. No.
What's wrong? It's-
No.
Are you
That's,
being
that
sued?
sounds. That's what you usually say when Badran. Afoot.
No. No. This is worse than Badran. This is the other orcs. I'm
Oh.
joking. I'm joking. They're lovely. There's a dispute going on. I don't know what the dispute is about, but some of them are camping in our sacred mountain. And I need to get that sorted ASAP
Oh.
because ha
Sounds like it's choppy time.
no,
Alex.
that is 4 out of several of our tribes. When one left, like a 10th of our people went with them. No
Alex.
choppy. Wordy time.
I don't know who that is.
Well, no. Alex, has Roxon attuned to the
yeah,
ring?
she talked to me. I don't think he was going to keep it. I think he was going to wait to give it to someone because it's not really his mojo. The whole elemental thing.
It's just that there's a task that can be done with that ring in those mountains.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We do also need an elemental lodestone of earth. I know that the Heart of the Forests allegedly have one, but it's perfectly reasonable. The Sacred Mountains will also have a couple lurking around.
Badran has the one from the sacred mountain.
Well,
Actually,
we don't know where he is, do we?
I mean, if I was Badran, I would totally want to capitalize on this situation.
actually, I've just read that. Sorry, I've read through the ring a bit more. I think I'll be keeping that. So yes, he does need to attune to it.
Yeah, and if you know about the slaying an earth elemental bit, then, yeah.
If you help slay him, to gain access to the following edition. Yes, of course.
But yeah, I need to get there as soon as possible. It mentions that every day that spent, their support's growing. And so I need to be there to help my people out.
Yeah, it was dated to 5 days ago.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I need to get that.
I mean that's pretty recent.
Hmm.
What's the date today? Sorry.
It's, I think, currently the 11th day of autumn now.
I don't
Well,
like this.
Morna, I don't suppose you have something urgent?
Well,
your letter?
it's not good news, but
Oh, what's
I
wrong?
it just says don't come back to the temple for the time being, and Talman's gonna contact me with more information. There's some problems. Seems like there's some kind of factions that are not really following the trespasser wishes anymore, and they might know a bit more than they should.
This is grave day.
Are the things that are there safe?
Oh,
No.
fuck.
May you elucidate on this? If I recall, I think this should be knowledge that we all should know. Actually, who knows that the lodestones are there?
just Scrimshaw.
Oh no, you did remember they did notice that you teleported away and confronted you on that, and then eventually it did come out that you took the lodestone of water there. The lodestone of earth there.
Fire.
Fire, yeah,
Fire.
that one. Yeah,
I don't remember this.
yeah that
Yeah,
did,
I
that did
I thought we
happen.
kept. I thought
Kieran.
we kept everyone in the dark about it, and
Yeah, we
under the
thought we-
guise of, if they get interrogated, they can't.
No, it's because you guys kept saying that you were making out. And
No.
then we kept pressing you on the
Remember-
making out
remember-
session.
I'm
Do you remember
sure.
Gira found out about it? I know Gira found out about it because remember he confronted you both.
Yeah, there was definitely a confrontation that went on.
I'm
Alright.
sure. Yeah, but I don't think I did say. I think.
I'm going to rule it that did happen because I distinctly remember something about the lodestone of air happening, the fire.
Yeah.
Something
I
of those
will-
things.
I will
Okay.
step back because my memory is shit. So
Yeah, no, I remember it. At first,
think-
you did keep it secret for a while, and then it did come out. So
I think
Okay.
I might have said it was with my mum.
yes, you did say that, but
Actually, say where that was.
No.
I guess now
But they-
everyone
yeah,
knows.
yeah.
I think everyone here knows what your mum means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Your
you mean,
mum.
unless you mean
You mean
Joanne's
your
mum,
mum?
not Morna's mum.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
a weird
Karen?
meta.
My mother, Karen. Yes, she's got it.
Anyway, carry on with
Does
what
she
you were
want
saying.
to talk with the manager?
Yeah. So shut up. Yeah. So they think that these factions might know about the lodestone, the extra lodestone.
Oh dear.
And it just says don't come back. Basically, and she's gonna let me know if there's anything else or urgent. Yeah, so that's not great, but
Don't come back.
yeah, don't return to the temple for the time being.
Are you sure this was a message not sent under duress?
Well, she came here to give it to me. She stopped by today. Halcyon,
You can't know for sure.
who was it that brought the letter here?
I don't remember it. There was a couple of people who came by at the same time.
Warner, if I may, I think we might be worth disregarding your mother's words and investigating this one as a matter of urgency.
Okay, she's not actually my mum though. Don't say that to her. She'll get annoyed. So yeah, well, you've met her before, right? Have you met her?
No,
Can you send?
I think. Have any of us met your mum besides
Gira,
Scrimshaw?
Gira's not met Taman. Scrimshaw and Gothric, you both have.
Yes. I mean, yes, I've met your mum.
She's tall.
Lovely lady.
Tall,
Yeah,
scary.
I don't think Roxon has.
No, Roxon hasn't.
She fought with us when we were trying to free Zahia.
Zoltar?
Yeah.
Zatar. Yeah.
Zoltar's
yeah.
in Faran,
Or
yeah.
in Orestas.
Yeah,
Zoltar's in
yeah,
Faran,
yeah.
yes. I got the first
Yeah.
letter right. Give me
That
that.
was so long ago now. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what did you feel like doing?
I mean, they say not to return, so I guess we'd wait.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always Oh well, we've got so many people to contact.
We need to contact Weston.
Yeah, contact Weston.
Gira's
maybe
never met
confirm-
Weston, FYI.
Yeah.
That's
So the
true.
message will be a bit weird.
Well, no, Gira can't send someone that he hasn't met.
Oh, fuck.
Oh god, so many tasks. So we need
If
to
I
figure out
may.
where Weston is, or
I must. I think the priority here should be to carry on the work of Naruzatar. If that vision is to be believed, we don't have all the time in the world, and worrying about some petty boatsman shouldn't be on the list of jobs to do.
Okay, fine.
Please do disagree with me.
Well, it would just be nice to get some extra money that maybe he has for us. Maybe not.
yeah, I mean, teleportation circles don't grow on trees.
You raise a good point. Are you certain there's money in this endeavor?
Well, I mean, unless they've been robbed, then there should be a bit. Not loads, but a bit. And we want to be there to make sure if they need anything, or
We could
Source
all
of income.
We could also ask for a loan, perhaps from King Wolfram. If we press the urgency of the situation?
I mean, I think we'd need a specific project in mind if we wanted to get it budgeted.
Well, the reclamation of elemental lodestones and an investigation into what Naruzatar was doing with them.
But what would we be spending that money on?
Well, the means to achieve those goals.
I know that's a little vague. It's quite difficult to get senior leadership to sign off on budget.
This is sounding too much like work. Go away.
Also, Scrimshaw, you just had the nastiest boss ever for 500 years. So you're a little bit jaded.
Yeah. My boss wouldn't so much as sign off on 3 gold for a new pillow for my chair.
Well, from what I've seen,
do you get comfort?
I mean, I originally had a chair, but he refused to purchase another. Why do you think I'm so used to just sitting in the corner when we go to sleep?
You poor creature.
He frequently told me, he spent enough gold just creating me. He's not going to spend any more on another chair.
But can you feel comfort?
I mean, I've never been in a, humanoid, well, a body of, a human or an orc or whatever
a flesh sack is what you mean.
A fleshy humanoid. But from what I can gather, my senses are somewhat dulled when it comes to those types of things.
Then would you need a pillow?
I mean, this was kind of his point, I suppose.
Do you want a
Don't
pillow?
need the pillow. It
Okay.
might be more comfortable if I did have it. Maybe I wouldn't have this
Did you want to have
constant
a pillow?
butt ache. But
Because we can get you a
so
pillow.
you do get discomfort. Yeah, we should get you a pillow.
You
It's
just
I also noticed.
ask.
I just also noticed that you sit a lot on the carpet, which is flying. Is the carpet uncomfortable?
I mean,
Is it soft?
it's fine. It's what I'm used to.
Right. I believe that we had some actual important discussions that we needed to talk about.
Yes. What are we talking about? Why are we suddenly talking about my butt health?
Such ADHD conversation.
I actually kind of zoned out for a second. I thought we would still talk about comfort. I don't know where butt health came from, but whatever.
Sit on hard surfaces for too long can get certain medical issues.
Sitting on hard things,
How do we even get onto this subject? Bosses, budgets. Yes, I think until we have specific goals that we need to meet in order to pursue this, we shouldn't really be looking for loans of any amount of gold. I think currently, if we were to, if we think about it, what would we spend it on if we currently came into a large amount of money? We'd probably just strengthen ourselves, right?
I think we do need to go to VL though, because first of all, we do need to ask for the loan when we know what we're doing. Second of all, the only other lodestone we know of for definite in anyone's possession is in Badran's possession. The only person who really knows what Badran would want to do with that, or comes close to knowing what Badran would want to do with that, is, and don't you even fucking dare say it, Merith the Cure.
I'm curious what's come of her at this point as well.
That's what I mean. I think we need to chat with her, figure out what it is she wants, and then figure out what it is that Badran would want with the stone. And
we can piece together what the lodestones could potentially do.
And not only that, I think he would be returning to Aura VC, if anything, trying to...
I don't mean to be...
It's what I would do.
I agree. Do you not think it would be wise to first of all head to... I don't know where... Do we know where Tarman would be? I mean, they would have... Morna and Scrimshaw would.
You don't know really anything about Morna's order, to be fair.
Yeah. I question if we should potentially we either split up and tackle the east and the
I
west.
don't think we could split up. No.
Don't do that.
You never split the party, Kira. It's rule one of adventuring.
That's metagaming.
Well, we could, you can have little
No.
teams and might get some good narrative things.
Scrimshaw and Morna are scarred from splitting up, so we don't do that anymore.
I also don't enjoy splitting parties.
You enjoy splitting skulls.
Yeah, I'd say that this is definitely an issue, but I don't really know what to do about this until she contacts us again.
I think if Tarman needs our help with anything and comes up with an idea on how we can help, she'll let you know.
Yeah.
But until then, we should pursue the other things until we know what it is Tarman can use us for.
Yeah, but if she comes to me needing help, I have to go. So
it would be incredibly useful if we had some means of communication with these people.
Yeah.
Like a series of, sending stones or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. How much are they?
I don't know. I've never inquired as to the value of them. Let me have a think about how much one might cost to produce. Or
Make an intelligence check. Honestly, looking back to it, you've probably seen one going for about 500 gold pieces, maybe, like a pair.
Is that one? Oh, okay, one pair.
But that was
That'd
in
be a
the
bit of a
that
scam
was
if they'd
that was in Port Elron at the height of the Dancing Coast's reign. So magic items were a lot cheaper back then.
Okay.
Well, can you make them?
I mean, me personally, probably not. I'm not particularly well versed.
Yeah.
In
An
What about-
evocation
my
wizard
spells
would have
just
to
come.
do it. Yeah.
What about Eston Faris?
Maybe though.
He's a wizard, right?
And
I assume they would also be selling them in VL if we were to go to VL.
potentially,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think it would be useful to just have,
Yeah.
a set of sending stones for each of these relationships that we have. I mean, I feel like the king has the means to send us messages other ways, right? Does he? No.
Yeah,
actually,
well,
no, I
I've
don't
got
think
a
he does.
stone which sends myself to Tarman, where she usually should be.
Does it
but-
bring you back?
Yeah, it doesn't bring me back. So if I go, I have to go with Scrimshaw.
Yeah, and then we have to come back to somewhere that I can teleport to. I mean, it's very limited and slightly costly. But yeah, if we were to have a set of sending stones for, perhaps one for Tarman, one for the king, one for
The
Western.
orcs.
one for the orcs. For I'm sorry, I forget your second in command's
Rassic.
name. Rassic, yes, one for Rassic.
Beautiful name.
I imagine the king would probably agree to commissioning it himself if we requested so. I mean, after all, if we were offering for a few hundred gold to have a direct line to us, then that seems worthwhile for him, given he's needed us in the past.
Yeah. So are we heading to VL then?
I suppose, yeah, either VL or Port Elron.
I mean, we have other business in VL and it's closer.
Is there a? Do you remember is there a teleportation circle in ROVC? Or I don't think there was.
There is.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, the Commonwealth put one there when they were in charge.
Cool.
I saw his
I
VC.
might have that.
It's by here.
There you go.
Yes, yeah, of course. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Of course, I know that.
There's also one small, kind of racking up errands here.
Should we write a list?
Yeah,
Perhaps. Remember our friend Bet?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Want to
Yeah,
say
from
yeah.
Orstas.
Elen-
Oh
yes,
yeah, the angry short lady.
Was she short?
Was she short?
Well, I
I
think
saw.
she was.
I was kind
imagined
of
her as-
gathering that from her token. I don't think she was actually described to me. Like for some reason, I
Yeah.
thought she was a dwarf.
In my mind, she's basically Brienne.
Yeah, no, she is. That's how she was described about a year and a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lent
I-
her the sword of sharpness.
Yeah, she still has that sword of mine, and if at some point we are to return Avenger to
Why?
Bondal's, if he does have any family, or perhaps that Sophie, he mentioned that Sophie lady that I believe helped
Yeah.
him out of slavery.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we could just not give him back because he's dead and his whole family are dead.
I would not desecrate the memory of the dead that way.
No, that's
Also,
That's
honestly,
awful.
it feels wrong carrying around this artifact and using it, quite frankly,
Isn't
not to
your
its full
entire-
ability.
Isn't your entire faith more about like the afterlife and the fact that people live on after death?
Not. You don't understand.
All right, so should we maybe have a break and then you guys can discuss a list of priorities during the break, maybe, and then we'll come back in 15 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, right. I'm gonna, yeah.
Bye,
all right.
Street.
Okay, we are back. So, before the break, you spent the night. The Clive Five spent the night in the tower, in the keep of Erstalwalt, debating, discussing, eating nice food that Halcyon had prepared for you, and having a nice, comfortable night's sleep in your beds for the first time in quite a while. So the sun rises the next day. You get up and about, and now can decide on what the next course of action for the Clive Five on their adventures is.
Can we say Gothric gets up a bit earlier and does those improvements to the guns that we mentioned?
That's fine.
Cheers.
I can say, because it'll probably have taken a little while, you could have stayed up all night doing it.
Yep.
So you can take a point of exhaustion, but you stayed up all night. Anything that you wanted to do on those, you managed to do.
Cool. I'm putting hex on that gun and on the rifle and getting more bullets.
Okay, cool.
Exhaustion.
What's everyone else doing?
Just stressing about this letter I've been given from Tarman.
Yeah, just kind of mulling over all the different things that we could actually set about doing.
How many bullets can I carry on me?
I think 50 at a time.
50.
Yeah, unless you want to like put it in a bag of holding or something.
Okay.
But on your person, you can only really carry 50 because before it starts getting a bit too heavy.
Alright, cool.
Do you need a hand carrying more things?
You have. By the way, in Erstalwalt, you do have bullets that you've saved in here.
Yeah.
In the Erstalwalt inventory. So.
Yeah, I meant just on me.
Yeah. You can take another
I'm
50.
not making any.
Yeah. Okay.
So 50 with me.
Yeah, Gira. Your first night in Erstalwalt. The rafters are, a little creaky during the wind of the night, but it is nice to be away from the rain and the sort of cold mountain air for a bit. Yeah, you all wake up the next day refreshed.
That's a nice change.
I even heard birdsong. It's delightful.
And not giant bird song.
Yeah.
What's wrong with giant birds? So
Well, the giant, it's fine. It's just not relaxing. It's quite
I think it's quite pleasant.
I think given they were on our side, it was.
It was quite intimidating.
I know Morna might have a little bit of PTSD from the
But
of
just
rocks.
I'm fine with my feet on the ground, or on a wall or whatever, but just not on a rock.
To be fair, I've seen you fall. You're pretty good at landing on your feet.
Yeah, thanks. Because I'm part cat.
Well, like a tabaxi.
Oh. I never could tell the
never
difference between
noticed
humans and
this
tabaxi.
I'm actually
I've actually
1/5
met tabaxi.
tabaxi. No, you have never met a tabaxi. There are no tabaxis in this world, God forbid.
Oh, do they just not exist?
No.
Or
Maybe as some sort of
on other continents.
Maybe as some sort of sick experiment.
Right.
You mean I can't be a cat girl? Meow.
Yeah, every sentence. Meow.
Nuzzles you.
Okay. Let's carry on. Let's carry
My
on before I
brain
vomit.
melted from that. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so what's the first on the sort of priority list? Do you think?
Head to Merith and find out about Badran.
Head to VL.
Yeah.
Okay. So
actually, the Kailus and Farin also. Wait, Rosenstas. Sorry, how far away is that? That is closer. We could go to Rosenstas.
But we can teleport to VL.
yeah, there's no teleportation circle in Rosenstas.
Oh, okay. No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
70 miles away, so it's a bit of a trek.
We could teleport to Deed, right?
Yeah, but it's about the same distance away.
Yeah, but that's got a road. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, yeah. You won't be going through the thick eastward.
Yeah. Okay, let's head to VL then. Come on, Scrimshaw.
All right.
Come on, Scrimmy boy.
Maybe
Bye.
maybe when we do get to VL, maybe we could top me up on these this chalk and stuff. It's quite expensive, you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm saying this as I'm drawing the circle.
The chalk is getting dangerously thin.
Oh, can we say goodbye to Halcyon as well?
Yeah, Halcyon comes in. She says, "Oh, yeah. Are you heading off again?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. If we might pop back here with a couple of sending stones, maybe. And one of them, if you could pass that on to Tarman. She's a drow. And she's really tall.
Okay.
She's the one that dropped this letter off.
Right.
And has the seal, so maybe just make sure that it's the right person who has that seal.
Yeah, we don't know if she dropped off in person.
Should I tell her then that you're heading to VL?
Yeah, if she comes back. Yeah, she said in the letter that she came and dropped off.
Very, very well. Okay. In that case, Scrimshaw, why are you drawing a circle on the ground here in the kitchen when downstairs you could just use the teleportation circle that's there?
Wait,
Wait,
Can
what?
I
What?
I thought you could use the
I-
ready-made teleportation circles.
I-
To go to other places, maybe.
Can I?
I'll allow it this once.
Okay.
until I check the rules. I thought that was the rules, but I'll check.
Yeah, in my mind, I thought you had to, because you have to draw it out using the materials, which wouldn't make a lot of sense doing it over an existing circle.
I thought you could just use an existing circle to harness with other circles. I don't know. Anyway,
I might be getting confused with the teleport rules.
Oh, that actually might be the case. Anyway,
Also, the circle can teleport. I think by Raw, the teleportation circle is made to teleport to one specific place. And you can just walk through it. At any
that's
time.
right. That's right.
But
Okay,
I don't know if we're using that.
Okay, so you guys begin to. Yeah, you say your goodbye. Scrimshaw finishes off the circle, and boom, you appear. Where in VL are you going? Are you going into the palace? Are you going to Demarket?
The palace.
The palace.
Palace.
Sure.
Okay,
Talk
so you appear in the palace. A couple of guards stand to attention immediately as they recognize you.
Hiya.
Hello. Hey, Steve. It's nice seeing you again. Were you here last time?
Well,
Yes,
I'm here.
Steve.
I'm here most times. Yes.
How are the kids?
They're great, actually. Yeah. How are your kids?
How's
I
Becky
don't
doing?
have-
Did she finish that horse riding class?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No.
How's the crochet going?
It's okay. Yeah. No. I did have a bit of a brain injury recently, so I did forget quite a lot of stuff about my family and children. But you have just reminded me of them, which is lovely.
Really good.
It is nice
Glad
to
we could be of
remember
help.
your loved ones. Magister Pan was looking for you.
Oh,
Okay.
Cool.
Did he seem concerned?
Well, it was only a couple of days ago, but it's just because Wolfram is still at the meeting. He wanted to talk to you about the fate of Merith Cure.
Ah, okay.
Ooh,
That's just
okay.
who I wanted to see, so that's perfect. Let's go.
Right, yeah. Go find him.
Okay, so you go into the the magisterium of the palace, where you knock on the old magister's desk. Knock on his desk, I suppose. You knock on his door and enter into the wood-panelled room of the old magister. He looks up and says, Clive Five, yes. Wolfram hasn't returned yet. He's still in Baratheon for the meeting, for the conference.
All right. We were told that you were looking for us.
Yes. Wolfram has decided that Merith Cure will be executed on his return in 3 days.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's actually extremely counterintuitive to
Do you know-
everything.
Do you know why?
Well, he didn't seem happy about it entirely, but at the conference, a lot of the archdukes, the elector dukes, they all came and made it quite clear that they would not suffer a witch to live in the Free Cities. So, as well as the Tempest brand, of course.
What if she was to live outside of the Free Cities?
Wolfram has now signed her execution warrant. To go against that would be treason.
Oh no. Okay, well, I guess we better go and see her right now then.
She is taking visitors. She hasn't had any, but I'm sure that she would very much like to speak to you.
Okay, okay. Is there anything that you need?
Oh, well, if you have any, snail bile.
Okay, well, I'll keep my eye out.
Oh, actually,
well,
I do require beholder's eyes, if you ever find any of those.
That is quite the ask, but
I hear there's much beauty to be found in those.
Well, that's why I use them for my love potions.
oh no!
Oh,
Why?
man.
Love potions are gross. Why do you use love potions, you gross human being?
I like the feeling of being in love.
What's this guy called?
Oh,
Stevie.
I thought you were using them on other people.
No,
Right,
That's
okay,
actually
got it.
surprisingly wholesome.
Yeah, I thought this was extremely unwholesome.
No, why would I ever do that?
What's this guy called, Mike?
Magister Pan, P-A-I-N.
I'm just thinking, if we ever come across one, I want to remember this. P-A-R-N, yeah, Pan.
Yeah.
Okay,
To be suspicious if he offers you a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just imagine Archmaester Pycelle from Game of Thrones. Would you like it? No.
Yeah, I kind of hope that we actually don't come across beholders, because that would be probably,
That would actually
from
be
what I've heard,
worse.
from what I've heard, they're not the most pleasant.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that there aren't many around, anymore. There used to be hundreds of years ago. There used to be quite a few until, well, they were slain, most of them.
Do you know,
Right.
do you know where they exist now?
I heard there was one in Dean, but that was just a fairy tale, I think.
I've heard that myth. Most of them, after the fall of Uvar, most of them really escaped underground.
Yeah, to the Underdark.
Yeah, that's where they tend to be found.
Dark Down Under.
In fact, there are
Crikey.
quite a lot of beholders which when have been discovered by rangers underground, they seem to belong to some strange religion. It's a weird one.
Oh, weird. I like Tamarith.
Anyway, yes. See you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
You do.
Sayonara. I mean, bye.
Tamarith's gonna be executed. This is not good news.
This is...
Yeah,
I look at
seems a little-
Borna, like, kind of like side-eye, like, you think it's bad news that Merithicure is being killed? I am shocked, Morna. I am shocked.
To be honest, she does have a lot of information, and she's very neutral.
It does seem a little it does seem a little dishonorable to just kill her after accepting her help for the previous goings on.
Are we gonna break her out? I'm kidding, but
No.
we shouldn't do that. But if we were, I could definitely do it.
I
bet
might
you
have
can.
other plans, but
Yeah.
we'll see how
Oh,
those
you could
go.
marry her, and then
Fuck off,
you could-
Morna.
you could
I
take
thought
her
they
to
already were
Orobee,
getting married.
and then
No.
ask her for a political pardon.
Look, we're not. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah,
But,
and
I
Kira,
do
you can
have
the ceremony.
I do have other ideas, but I don't know if they'll work. We'll have to see.
Okay. Let's...
We're already enemies of the Commonwealth. We don't want to be enemies of Tarsat too.
Yeah, I'd like to refrain from becoming enemies of Tarsat, please.
It doesn't involve that. It just involves sneaky dealings.
Right.
And seduction.
No, not
Kevin, wow.
seduction.
Gothic.
Tall, intimidating man.
Can I?
So we could dress you up and make you all pretty.
To Marith.
Oh, I thought we were already on the way.
Yeah, so you head down into the dungeons underneath the palace. Go to Merith's office now that has been kitted out with books. She has quite a lot, compared to what it used to be when she first got held. She's made it her own, and there is a quite comfortable looking bed to the side with books under read and written. And as you're led in by a guard, you see Merith reading on by her desk, and the execution warrant is by her side, signed by Wolfman's hand. She looks up and says, "Well, you heard, did you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just heard.
Well, this is exactly what I thought would happen.
Cool. So you're
You
gonna.
don't seem very upset about it.
Well, they won't. I don't know. I don't think you want them to kill me.
That I don't. I can't
I must
talk for
say-
Morna though.
I
What?
can't taste, but this does leave a bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, after you help them, feels a bit.
Well, according to the execution warrant, because Nuridatar escaped, any agreement we had was null and void.
That's dishonorable.
Yeah. to be fair, it does seem also a little bit hypocritical of me to judge him when I have killed you myself previously, technically.
This is true. But this is when you were evil, Marith. Now you're helpful, fountain of knowledge, Marith.
Well, look, I'll put it this way. If I'm executed, no one will ever be able to find Nuridatar. Or Badran.
Yeah, well, that's sort of why we're here.
You want me
mentioned
to tell you the only thing that could possibly keep me alive?
Yeah.
what if I
Or-
could suggest an alternative
I'm listening.
deal?
I'm listening.
When I came to see you before, you mentioned freedom. I want to believe you want to do good things. Whether or not you actually do, I have no way of knowing. You have information I need, and we have things that can help you. I'm offering a place in Oravisi.
And I assume you haven't spoken to Wolfram about this.
No, we only just found out about this, and I've only really just started thinking about it. I think it's, considering everything, and considering how far my culture takes oaths and blood promises, I think if I were to, say, offer you a position as court wizard, then perhaps we could find a way to navigate this situation.
Let's be clear, you'd never trust me. You'd always be looking over your back, and I'd always have armed guards escorting me around. I don't think that would be much of a life, would it?
I wouldn't have guards escorting you, Marith. Like I said, I want to believe you want to do good.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion. I'm not good at these.
Merith says.
Oh no.
Merith says, "It's almost a tempting offer, but Wolfram would never go along with it anyway. So the only thing you could do is break me out. And yes, I would be in your debt if you did help me."
How do we even do that?
I can't. Roxon, how do you feel about this?
Not happy. This is a bad idea. We have very few allies, as it is. Plus, may I add that my family's tribe is not so far from here.
Well, you wouldn't have to do anything overt. Just pass me some sort of magical focus and untie my shackles, and I'll be gone.
How hard is it to untie the shackles?
Well, I'm sure that you could be creative.
Before you leave, we do need information on Badran.
What do you need?
Where he'd be, what he plans on doing with that stone.
Now, this is tricky, isn't it? Because if I tell you, you could just let me die, and then I'd be out of your hair.
Why would I want to do that? I want you to do good things, and I don't think you would do good things as a corpse.
Oh, the reason I fear death is not because I fear the eternal void or even some sort of damnation of hell. I fear Neruzatar reaching out and grabbing my soul and doing what he wishes with it.
Well, that too. Either way, if you die, then you're not really doing anything good, and I see a lot of potential in you, Merith.
What if Morna were to help guide your soul?
I smile.
I am not going to ask a member of the Grace of the Crow to help me with death.
Ah. Yeah. What a shame.
Is Trespasser not good to go with? I don't really know.
I mean, considering Merith has been using the clone spell multiple times, which I'm pretty sure goes against every single tenet of Morna's religion.
Yeah, they would not be kind.
I, myself, I think if you were to break me out, I wouldn't be tempted to immediately run. I can give you some information now, and if it comes to pass, then you'll know it's accurate information. But
Does her room have a window?
no, it's deep in the basement.
What if you write a letter, Merith? If we write some questions and you answer that way, you can
I don't
leave.
think that's the point. I think the point is she's thinking that if we get the information now before we break her out, then we'll just leave her to die.
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is, if she has like a letter, and then when she leaves, she just leaves the letter there with her, like on the ground. No, because then I guess that doesn't make sense. Ignore me.
I mean, it could just be scribbles. Plus, can we talk about this?
Not really. Not really.
I have to say, I'm getting a little tired of people debating my fate without including me in it.
Well, that's why we're here, to talk to you about it. What do you want to happen?
I just want to be out of here. I don't want to die.
But how do you even get out of the shackles?
I'm
You
gonna
have thieves'
I'm gonna
tools.
be very honest here. I'm not comfortable making enemies with the king on just to save the life of someone who has done so much bad.
This is
Look,
bigger than the king.
Thank you, someone who's speaking
regardless of your
honest.
recent actions, you have done things that are quite frankly worthy of execution.
And you haven't?
Honestly, I don't think so. No.
You associate with those who have, and she glances at Gothric.
Gothric?
You've all broken promises. You've all done sins.
Sins.
I just associated with the wrong people.
Speaking of the assault on Orvisi.
We're not the ones behind bars.
Well, you might be one day.
Perhaps. That is not today.
I've been behind bars before. It's not a nice place to be.
I seem to remember your tales of getting imprisoned were jolly. You had a fun little fight with
I did have a fun fight.
our late friend.
Yes, that's true.
I say we free her.
Mm.
I
It just feels like this
But
is
by
going
the
to
way,
be my
Goth-
job.
this
Yeah.
this speaking very candidly about treason in an
And
I
area.
really
leave.
don't think this is a good
That-
idea.
Speaking
Then
very candidly
leave
about
and let the
treason in an
crime
area
be
where
mine.
we do not know whether we are being perceived.
And even let the crime be mine. I'll be the only one in trouble for it.
No, you won't. No, you
No,
won't. That's not
We'll
how
all
it
be
works
convic-
when we're a
That's
group.
not how
Everyone-
that works.
Everyone knows this is a group, Gothric. Even if you go off and do this on your own, we will all be blamed. Or you will put us in a position where we all need to either denounce our relationship with you, which would be difficult, and leave you to die, perhaps yourself.
I'll be okay with that.
But we won't.
I'll tell you
You'd
what.
have to be.
I'll tell you what. I will tell you where Badran is now, and if you free me, I will tell you where Naruzatar is.
I was going to suggest this. Okay, go on then.
But if I do get executed, I will do everything in my power to reach out to Naruzatar and work for him to bring down you and everyone else who betrayed me. How does that sound?
That doesn't sound very good. I don't like this idea.
Well, we won't be betraying you on purpose. So really, betrayal
If
if
we
it's
leave-
not our choice?
If you make a vow to
leave
me,
her to die, then it is our choice.
I'm going to be honest here. I look, if we can work within the realms of keeping ourselves allies of Tarsat and, allow you to remain, not, dead, then by all means I will be down for that, but I'm not willing to risk that for someone that has done the things that you have done, regardless of
It won't
what you've
just
done
be
to
her
make
dying.
up for it.
Everyone
Especially
will
given-
die because we
especially
can't
given-
find the stones.
I mean, I don't mean to lessen Merith's importance, but there are other Earth lodestones. The information that really is of use is, I won't say it, but I hope you remember.
I think if Naruzatar doesn't want to be found, then we probably won't find him.
not until it's too late.
No, Merith, you'll say anything right now.
Yeah,
Yes, I will.
no disrespect intended, but yes, we both know that you will say anything to save yourself right now, as many would.
Personally, I'd like to see her head roll.
Adran's alive, then he poses the great threat to my people.
Yeah.
She knows where he is. My
If we-
duty to my people rests in her living.
If
Hi.
we can find Badran, bring him to justice, and then present that information to King Wolfram, then maybe he would be able to go back on this decision. Maybe he would. Be
He
able to
returns in
justify-
3 days.
And when
And it's Naruzatar he wanted. He didn't want Badran. He wants Naruzatar. He's the one that escaped. So we'd have to find
Well-
Naruzatar in 3 days, which I just don't think is going to happen.
his right-hand man might at least buy time. It would show.
He's
that
not
Mer-
his
it would sh-
right-hand
what it
man
would sh-
anymore.
What it would show is that Merith's help has led to advancement towards the greater goal, and that severing her head would halt
Wolfram
that
hasn't.
progress.
Wolfram hasn't seen what we've seen. He doesn't see the bigger picture. He sees his people now. And
Well, I
Merith
don't-
is quite possibly one of the greatest enemies to his people now.
If I may be frank, you a minute ago was saying that yourself. You're saying that we should forsake our commitment to the greater good and look over your honor to your tribe. And I stand.
That's not what I was saying.
Well, what were you saying then?
Adran has the stone. We need the stone. He's also the biggest threat to my people. I have 2 convictions in favor here of keeping her head on her shoulders.
One that matters to the world. No offense.
My people matter more than your words, old man.
Well, why do we have to go for Badrout? Why can't we go for...
Because he poses the biggest threat to my people, I can't sacrifice my people for convenience.
Well, I'm afraid I can't be privy to this one.
So where is Badrout then, Meredith?
You think I'm going to tell you that?
Oh my god, can you...
Joking way.
Well, it seems that you've made your decision. I await my death.
What? No.
Good.
I don't think we did make that decision, did we?
No.
Well, I refuse to be part of this.
Okay, well, I guess you can leave then?
I will.
Cool, just go and stand outside. And we'll carry on talking.
Okay, so Roxanne, you guys...
Anyone out, follow me.
Gear's gonna charge after him.
Look, frankly, I am against this, and I'm not as seemingly willing as they are to just stand by and let you do this yourself.
If you stand in my way, you stand in the way of my people, and you will be my enemy.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna stay. I kind of just want to know what's gonna happen.
There's other ways to do this.
No, there isn't. We don't have time.
What would you do then? Would you gun me down here if I prevent you?
I will do what I have to do.
You can kill yourself after. Set me free first.
Wait, sorry?
You can kill yourselves after. Set me free first, and then I'll go. I'll be out of your hair. You don't have to think about me.
Gothric, I'm not going to allow you to free her.
Well, you'll have to stop me then.
Are you gonna free her right now? I just don't think this is a good option for you right now. Maybe like at night at least try and hide it.
As you guys are facing off, the captain of the guards opens the door with 3 guards coming in, and says, "What are you all doing in here?"
We were just about to leave.
Yeah, just about to leave.
I cannot believe that you came down here without seeking my advice first. She is going to be executed in 3 days.
Yeah.
All right, all of you
Apologies,
out.
Apologies, we didn't know the protocol. Come on,
So-
friends.
So the guards come in,
Keep an eye
lead you out.
Gothric.
Merith locks eyes with all of you as you all walk out. And she winks at you, Gothric. She says, "I'm sure that you'll all come to the right decision soon." As the guard goes, "Shut up!" and like slaps her on the face, and then just goes piling out the room, closing it behind him. Behind him?
Oh,
Okay.
I can get behind execution, but I draw the line at slapping.
we all roll initiative.
Yeah.
The guard says, whilst the Emperor is not here, you do not have the right to go wherever you wish. I am in charge here.
Apologies.
Very well.
Sorry, I guess we've become accustomed to being allowed to go as we wish.
You may go.
Perhaps we've gotten a little too big for our boots. And look at Gothric.
Right, you may go. And he leads you up to the main entrance to the palace and onto the main sort of road that goes out of the gates.
Is she going to be publicly executed? Because Morna is more in the.
Yes, all executions are publicly executed.
Is okay. So I don't. Maybe I would more in the interest of killing her myself. I don't want her Naruzatar grabbing at her soul and making her into some sidekick again. And I just, I'd rather just do that myself to make sure that she's not going to go there. But if it's a public execution, I don't really want to do that publicly. I'm not really in the business of publicly executing people.
I mean, they wear coverings, right?
For what is it? Public executions for witchcraft, it will be burning.
My stone, I can't burn it.
Wait, witchcraft?
Yeah, I mean that's what that's literally what the Tempest brand charged her with.
Wait, but it's just a female wizard. What the fuck?
Well.
Sexism.
Wait. What? Sorry. I'm gonna need a better definition of what witchcraft is as a crime.
It's basically use of evil magic.
Okay.
That the Tempest brand pretty much can just define at will.
Right. So it's not just women using magic.
No.
Okay. So
That could be male witches
can they
too.
also charge a man of witchcraft?
Yeah, so absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, men were tried for.
I was
witchcraft
about to flip 180 there. Just be like, hang on a minute.
And also, like the Witch King of Angmar. Like witches are not just a feminine word. It's just a gender neutral word.
I guess I'm accustomed to the witches and wizards.
Yeah.
Of Harry Potter. And
No. All right. Okay. So, you're led out, seething. Some of you are a bit tense. You meet back up outside the main part of the palace.
I understand she's got information, but she's lived many lives. She had all the opportunities to do good Gothric, and she just never did. I don't think now is the time to be expecting good from someone who doesn't have a good track record.
And frankly, we can't trust what she says now. I mean, now of all times, when she is going to be saying whatever she needs to say to get out of this execution.
Then why do you trust me?
I do trust you, but now
why?
Now I'm
If
feeling
you won't
like
trust her, then why trust me?
yeah, I would
He's
say
not
that
looking
the
at Morna
trust-
right now. He's looking right at Scrimshaw.
I know, but I'm talking.
Sorry, I'm
Because
just weeing.
everyone's fighting and I'm uncomfortable.
Sorry, I'm just waiting.
So I'm just carrying on talking until someone interrupts me.
Sorry, just waiting.
Scrimshaw's is in the corner.
I've never done this before. I don't know what's going on.
Well, she said it, that she's gonna die, Naruzatar's gonna take her, and she's going to be his minion, which honestly sounds likely.
And look, Gothric, the amount of you have done so much good since the days that you
Then
did
why
bad.
not give her the chance to do the same?
The only good that Meredith has done has been under duress, under the threat of execution.
She is not a good person.
She has only acted in her own self-interest. She has only done things for the good of humanity when her life was on the line.
Before I met you,
She
so had
is
I.
good at she is a manipulator. She has manipulated the king. She has manipulated us. There's maybe there's going to be elements of what she says that are true, but we cannot just take her at her word. We cannot just put our faith in her. We need to put some faith in ourselves. We can do this without her. We can prevent this without her. Naruzatar decided to leave this task behind to us, and frankly, I don't think he would have done that if he didn't believe that we were up to the task.
She's the only even with all of that, she's the only solid lead I have on Badran.
There'll be more.
When?
When he does something bad, I guess.
Can't wait for him to return to Oravisi and lay waste to my people. Or drag them further into where they were before I came. I can't wait for him to show up to Oravisi and infect my people with his poison. I need him dead, and I need him dead now. I cannot wait for the Chance or the Storm or even fucking Thaxando to show up and tell me the way. I need to find it. And this is the only clear path I have to tearing his head from his body.
Who's to say that she even knows where he is? The amount of time since she has been out of this palace is so long that how could she even know? Frankly, I would trust Gira in locating Badran more than I would her. I mean, Gira can scry, Gira can do any number of things to find Badran, and if to be clear, if we find Badran, I am with you in taking him down. I will put my life on the line to do that, but ultimately, this fight is going to be won. As we continue, this fight is only going to grow and grow in scale from what we have seen, and we are not able to take this on by ourselves. We need Tarsat behind us. Frankly, we need more than Tarsat behind us. We need the Commonwealth. We need that place that Gideon went to. Ashmalan. We need Ashmalan. We need the Basaltars. We need the Kara Concord. We need this whole planet on our side to take on whatever the threat incoming is. We cannot start making enemies here and making ourselves just this group working alone.
And
just for one woman. It's
not just one woman, Scrimshaw. You're risking my people.
The what? Your people are part of a greater
So
population,
you're okay
and
with them being
population.
hurt, but you're not okay with me making an enemy of VL here. You're okay with them being hurt or being turned into murderous bandits and thieves, but you're not okay with me freeing one woman.
I think that
you are not making an enemy with VL. You're making us enemies with VL.
I think that if you become an enemy of Tarsat, then your people are at a greater risk than if Merithacure dies.
If Badran takes control of my people, they will wage war on Tarsat. We need to kill him first. We need to intercept him. We've always caught people in the middle of their plans. We need to strike first for a change.
I just really don't want Naruzatar to get hold of Merith, and then she's going to come back and kill us.
Roxanne, what are you thinking right now?
Tarset was my home for many years. I cannot betray it. I will not be part of this.
I suppose it would be treason to kill somebody before they get publicly executed, right?
Yes.
And you
You're
could
denying
always,
the wish of the Emperor.
Yeah, just checking.
sure, you could always request that coin be placed upon her person.
Yeah, I'm going to. I think I need to talk to.
Good luck with that.
Well, yeah, I think it's going to be difficult, but hopefully.
I think the only way you're going to get that coin on her is if you give it to her before she's dead.
No, but she wants to be. No, she doesn't trust me, and
No,
I'd understand.
and with
why.
good reason. I don't trust her.
Also,
No.
you would probably assume that Wolfram's not going to have any part of the actual execution. It's going to be handed over to the Tempest brands, and they'll be the ones dealing with it.
Do I think that my like religion and stuff would actually stop her soul from being taken by Naruzatar?
Probably not.
I think you. Like it's a conduit so that the trespasser takes the soul.
Yeah, that's what.
So like like Naruzatar has the power to intercept people's souls, the trespasser also has that power. And
Yeah.
by placing the coin on the body at the point of death, then that is the signal for the trespasser to come and take that. So
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but you know, if it's the Tempest brand that's doing the execution, they of course will have no part of it, and instead execute me also. So, but you know,
They'll execute all of us if they find out.
Yeah, but
Then we don't
I
let
am,
them
you know,
find out.
built.
Easier said than done. They'll know. And
You know,
they're not. They don't
racism
just have
stuff.
influence here.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's my whole jam is sneaking into places, killing people, and then leaving without a trace. But
Mhm.
I just this option is there, and that's the option that I'd most likely to go for. But
You want to assassinate Merrific.
well, she's yeah.
That is
What
also
if-
treason and something I'd rather you did not do.
What if you maybe didn't assassinate her, but gave her the option to take her own life in a way that didn't allow her soul to be taken by Naruzatar?
She
She said she
wants to
doesn't
be
trust
taken
me.
by Naruzatar.
No, she does not. Naruzatar would. She was saying Naruzatar would torment her.
So with the trespasser, she's done a
yeah.
lot of things that are not great.
I think her best solution is not dying right now.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose this is more Morna's interest than hers.
Yeah, this is Morna's interest, and yeah,
Also,
heist, heist.
what would Naruzatar do with her soul? Like, that is another question.
Torture it,
This-
probably.
Probably just turn her into a Death Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, Naruzatar isn't necessarily against us, is he? He's as bizarre a sentence as that seems to be.
Yeah, Naruzatar's kind of
You
on our
see-
side now, right?
You've seen him turn an entire city to stone. An entire country, even.
Callous for sure, but does he work against our greater goal? Would he, if whatever he does with
Gothric
turn her into
leaves.
some Death Knight and do something, what would he do with that? If he wants us to seek out if he wants us to protect from these children that will come and ravage the earth or the Erd, what purpose would sending her captured soul to hinder us do? What would that accomplish to his goals?
Well, you know that he has his own goals as well, which definitely would come into conflict with you at some point.
It's a tricky situation.
Gothric's heart is very much set on his goal. I fear it is a fool's errand to try and convince him at this point.
We need to keep him away. He'll only get us in trouble. And himself.
Then how do we settle this? Because
I like my idea the best.
I mean, Gothric, it doesn't seem your mind is going to be changed.
Gothric's
I'm
walks off.
gone.
Yeah,
He's gone, I
walks
think.
off.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's gone.
sorry. Sorry. Yeah, Gothric's mind doesn't seem to be likely to be changed, and
I refuse to let him do what he's planning.
how do we stop him? Do
We kill her first.
Oh, I thought you were about to say something else there.
No,
We kill
no.
Gothric. We bury his body. We
He's
never
better
speak
off
of him again.
dead, for sure. And it's better off that I kill her, for sure.
I fear Gothric has some affinity for Merith that goes beyond just his tribe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
We all
feel
know.
he has a stronger bond with her than he lets on.
For God's
Yeah.
sake.
All of you!
Seem like that with the passion that he speaks with. Maybe if he did, marry her, he could beg for a royal pardon, but then he'd make an enemy of
Wait.
the.
What is it with you and Gothric marrying?
Hold on. Wait. Can't,
You're constantly trying to match him up.
I'm
This isn't
fairly-
the time.
I'm fairly sure I can spy on Badram because I have seen him when we were in the catacomb.
Yep.
Fairly sure I can just scry on him actually.
If we can convince Gothric that we are a better path to Badran than Merith, maybe that'll be enough.
Let me speak with him later.
We still need to, take care of her.
If I may, you deal with dealing with Merith. I will speak to Gothric. I've been told I'm rather persuasive at times.
If
Okay.
you... I just don't want to be made an enemy of Tarsan. I know what they're capable of.
I
And
understand.
if you get caught, well, you'll
Ha!
be executed too.
I won't get caught.
Okay, well... just bear in mind you could, and if you do, you will die. And there's little we can do to stop that. You will be burned alive.
I won't be burnt alive.
You will when they tie you up and burn you
It won't be
alive.
witchcraft. I haven't done any witchcraft. I can't do magic.
I mean,
Yeah, you
you're
can.
a heretic.
There's
Oh.
various spells you can cast past without trace.
Yeah, but I don't really use magic to cast them.
No,
it's
but
all
like I
the
said,
same
you
thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just monk
you
shit, isn't
are
it?
you are a heretic. So
I'm a heretic.
according to the Templix brand.
Thanks very much, Roxy. So are you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not the one trying to
We're all
release a prisoner
heretics
destined
here.
for execution.
I just think it's the best option.
Wait, so just to be clear, Mona, what would you do?
I would. We'd wait until night. I'd sneak into the palace. I'd kill her, and then I'd sneak back out again.
That's a very
that's
basic
very rash, is it not?
and basic.
Basic.
A basic plan. You
look,
didn't really have much detail there.
Also,
Yeah, I don't really need much to kill a person that's shackled.
But to get in, whatever.
what? Let's wait. This feels very grim. But what was it? What was in her room? What objects did she have?
We could make it
Was
look
there-
like an accident.
Was there glass? Was there anything? God, where are we right now?
We're just in front of all the guards, talking about this.
No, you found somewhere quiet.
Okay, reasonably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could
What
you
was
make
there
it
in
like
her
an
room?
accident?
Could you make it look like not an accident, like a suicide?
Sure.
I mean, I know that if I were to be burned alive, I'd much rather take a dagger to the throat, or a shard of glass to the throat, or a sharpened table leg to the throat.
Yeah.
Very clever.
God, this feels horrible to talk about.
I like it.
I like it too.
But it's... Oh.
We have been doing this now for a long, long time. And this is literally what I've been trained to do. And I've never had a chance to do it, okay?
Look, I know, as excited as you might be to use your skills, I don't think that's a good justification for I sort of murder. I mean, the murder really isn't the big part.
It's not murder. You've already killed her once. She's lived her life. She's had her fun. This is just extra that's just attached on to the end.
How old is she?
Early 30s, maybe?
Yeah, but actually... I suppose we have no idea how old she is.
May I suggest we settle this later today? We should probably find an inn or some description.
Okay.
And as we walk, can Gira talk to Morna quickly?
Okay.
Yeah.
And has anyone else said anything else they want to do before?
I kind of worry that Gothric... I mean, he's gone off on his own.
Uh,
Knows to do what.
Okay, Gira going to look at
I suppose you could...
Yeah, Gira can find him, that's fine. He could use, like, what's it called?
Locate person or whatever.
Yeah. The spell is called, and I had it on my list. It's a spell. I know what it is. It's fine. We can do that. But I was just gonna, you three could maybe go to the inn or something.
Leave it in your hands, Gira.
Yes, don't worry about me. I'd be more worried about Gothric right now. Morna, just a second.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to tell Scrimshaw everything, You could just go and do it. I, for one, would understand. And like you said, you were born to do this. Gira then just kind of hobbles off.
This is true. This is true. Okay, I go and join up with the rest of them.
Okay. So, yeah, you make your way to an inn, spend the rest of the night talking. What did you feel like doing?
Sitting silently, staring at one of the...
Gothric's gone shopping.
Go shopping.
Gira's gone to hunt.
Balaclava, grappling hook.
Gira's gone to hunt him down, and on the way he buys...
Fuck off!
He buys a silver mirror worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
Which is basically most of my money left.
Okay. So, alright. So, you managed to buy that fairly quickly. It's a quite busy time during the day. So, you get around.
Yeah, I'd quite like a sending stone, actually.
Gothric's picking up the shield for him.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier.
Cool. As you come out the shop, Gothric, you see Gira hobbling towards you.
As he hobbles forward. He always does that shit,
Miscellaneous old man noises.
Yeah. The occasional fart. Sorry. As he walks past some child or something.
The child is like, "Oh my god, it's a monster!" And the mum's like, "No, it's just you."
Have you ever seen a dragonborn?
We can't say that these days.
No, we haven't.
I'm corralling the child away.
Yeah, he hobbles up to Gothric. I don't think 2 inches of wood is going to be enough to stop this.
I'm not letting her die, Gira.
Alright. Don't think you should let her die. She seems like a good, decent lead for you, and I can understand completely why. It's the best option for your people. But I would like to propose, and take 5 minutes of your time, that we can offer you help and solutions.
I'm listening.
Grand, come with me. Gira starts hobbling off to some alley.
Okay. You find like a dark sort of corner to just speak privately in.
Gira pulls out the silver mirror and holds it up to Gothric, and he goes, "Do you know what this is?"
I look hideous.
I don't know what your standards of beauty are, but you don't look too bad, considering. Anyway, it's a silver mirror, and this is the last of my money. And Gira kind of opens up his purse, and there's like very little left.
I toss him 20 gold.
Gira just kind of throws on the floor. Oh, money is nothing.
I
mean
pick up the 20 gold awkwardly and put it away.
Or it's just like, my money.
It is said that clerics, and you've borne witness to it a few times before, can do a thing called scrying, which I'm sure you're more than aware of. Now, instead of going through Merith the Cure, I understand you share some affinity for the woman and her strife, and for that I cannot offer a solution, but I can certainly offer an idea of where your nemesis is. I hope this would be some solace for your problem.
Okay.
Alright, sit down. Come.
In
On
this
my
alley... In this alleyway, this
Yeah.
alleyway full of puddles and rats.
Yes,
Rats.
it's fine. We've been in much worse. Come on.
That is very true, but still, okay.
Very well. Okay. And Gira puts out the mask, the glass kind of between them, and then it starts kind of calling in the tempest. I don't know, like kind of swirling, kind of electricity, kind of smoke and clouds, kind of come around a little bit.
You watch as the mirror goes from something tangible, almost that you can touch, to something that almost looks like liquid morphing and sort of swirling on the surface, sort of almost looking like it's melted in the center. As you begin to like look into this pool of mercury, almost, you begin to see all these clouds swirling around. Are you searching for Badran?
Yep.
Okay. Just going to make a save. Okay, so looking down, both of you, into the mirror, you see these clouds begin to swirl. And it becomes clear that you're that your viewpoint is shooting quite quickly down through the cloud layer until you see this large mountain. It shoots through the rock, and then you see around hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orcs that have been buried in this sort of catacomb. You hear this clanging, this dong, dong, as you look up and you see that there's Badran in his armor forging some sort of weapon. As there's like a skitter, and to his side, like an undead goblin just like huddles and goes, like begins crawling up to him and says something. And Badran just sort of like grunts and carries on, and the goblin skitters off. As you look over, this weapon he's forging seems like some sort of bastardization of orc design, like taking everything holy about Vaxando and inverting it so that it's this like sharp, jagged, angular, evil, necrotic weapon that he's just hammering at. As he reaches to his side, he takes out a sword. It's Gothric, as you're looking into the mirror as well during this time, you recognize this as Rethervan. As
fuck's sake!
Badran begins to scan the sword up and down with Rethervan as it begins to glow, and you hear Gothric say, "Yes."
Gothric.
Badran. You begin to hear Badran say, "Yes." As Badran begins to put the two swords together and starts clanging them together, dong, dong, until it's this like double-bladed mixture of two weapons, like almost like with this like long, like Darth Maul style handle. Suddenly, there's this like
Thanos.
Yeah, I guess as well. Yeah, he stole it from Darth Maul. And then sort of as the vision begins to fade, it pans slightly to show maybe a couple of hundred undead goblins skittering about, and before it disappears.
Gira just kind of raises an eyebrow to Gothric, deliberately not saying anything and letting him say the first thing.
Did I recognize the mountain as it was panning in? Or
It's really hard to recognize a mountain from an angle that you've never seen it at before.
yeah,
So make a survival check.
survival. Okay.
You don't recognize it. You suspect that it might be in the Grey Mountains.
Hmm. Thank you, Kira.
These double one rolls.
Oh no, that's because of disadvantage.
Oh, right. Okay. That's fine.
Like I put it on advantage for some. Oh, it's because I put it on advantage because it was just rolling single ones previously. So this way you just get 2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Gothric just stares at the mirror for like a minute.
Actually, Gira, you recognize the sword as well as the sword that Gothric. Actually, no, you don't. You weren't there before.
No,
Yeah, he was Gira at that point, I think.
He was Gideon at that point.
Oh, not Gideon.
Yeah.
Gira looks up and he goes, I'm sorry, that didn't seem like a particularly useful vision per se, but I think it's definitely enough to go somewhere. I saw catacombs, orcs. One would assume somewhere in the Grey Mountains. Your silence is expected. I'd probably
Thank you.
run away.
Thank you, Gira.
No worries. And
Gothric just kind of leaves.
Gira shouts after him. If I hear that Merithicur's being released, I'll chase you down to the 9 heavens. You hear me, orc? Half-orc?
Okay, so Gira goes off. What's the rest of you doing?
How late is it?
It's probably about midday.
Oh, there's some boots that I wanted.
You can always do shopping between sessions.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really know. In a bit of an awkward position because no one's agreeing.
Scrimshaw's with me, isn't he?
Yeah.
The 3 of us.
What happened in there after we left? Me and Gira.
More of the same, really.
Do you think we're going to have to, stop him if he tries it?
I hope not. I hope that Gira can bring him to his senses. I hope that we can avoid making an enemy of Tarsat.
We cannot afford to make an enemy of Tarsat. We simply cannot.
Yeah.
Not with this upcoming fight. Tarsat is a major power.
Yes.
And like you said, we need everybody.
Yeah, we can't do this alone. I mean, you saw it. The number of those. It was like they were like ships, but sailing through space. What do you even call one of those things?
I've never seen anything like that in my whole life.
How do they even work? Like, there's no water there.
There's no water. There's no nothing.
It's ferry.
And like to think that those air ferries, let's call them that for now. To think those air ferries, those air yachts, were people with the technology to create those were driven away by this in droves, in their thousands.
We won't stand a chance.
Yeah.
It's quite hard also to tell how big those ships, each one of them, were, because obviously there wasn't much of a vantage point, not vantage point, point of reference. So they all, could have been massive as well, with loads of people inside.
Yeah. Yeah, each one of them, we don't even know how many were on them. I mean, how do you get a sense of scale when all you can see is a planet and some ships? Each one of them could have had 4 people on them. They could have had 1,000. They could have had 10,000. They could have been 1,000,000 strong on each ship.
How
just don't know.
How do you fight a planet?
I think I think if it gets to the point where we're fighting a planet, then all hope is lost.
Like, I've taken on some
getting
big
to that
creatures.
stage.
I've slain many a tall, big creature, but never a planet.
Have you heard of global warming?
We just bombard it with pollution.
No.
Quick, start littering.
Quick, start the Industrial Revolution.
Oh no!
We need to free Thandir. Those dwarves will know what they're doing. But sorry, enough jesting.
It all seems a bit hopeless, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully we find a way.
Yeah, if it gets to the point that we saw there, I think it's safe to say we're fucked.
I think we definitely will be fucked.
Yeah.
Fucked and fucked again.
Prevention over... I should have planned the sentence out from the start. Yeah, prevention before resolution, I suppose, after the fact.
You mean we need to stop it, like, early?
Yes, I think that's. I think I've laboured that point quite heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hope. I honestly believe that Gira can take us to Badran more easily than Merith can.
I believe so,
especially from
well.
the chains.
And I trust Gira a hell of a lot more than I trust Merith.
Yeah, I mean, think about what she's done already.
Yeah, she's a horrible person.
She'll betray us at the first chance she gets.
Yeah, she's a manipulator. She's gotten, even me, she's gotten us to the point where we feel like she's our friend, but...
Didn't she attribute to the death of, your best friend?
Yes,
and Bondle.
Yeah.
Your very, very handsome best
your
friend.
very handsome dwarf friend.
Yeah,
if not for her, Saka and Vondel would probably still be alive today.
The problem is that if she gets...
Wasn't there another one who was also quite handsome?
The problem is that if she does get executed, she's just going to come back. It's happened before, and it'll happen again.
Then why is she so afraid of being killed?
Because
don't know that.
Wants to go. She doesn't want Naruzatar to take her soul and torture her eternally.
But I thought she's just going to come straight back.
I mean, the clones that we found were all made by Amon, right?
Yes.
Not by herself. And
but
while if it were me, I'd probably spread those clones far and wide, so that it would be difficult to take them all. Perhaps this was in early stages. Perhaps the clones were being produced and were to be distributed at a later point. Yes,
and when she knows that we didn't help her, she's just going to come back and kill us, or try to, anyway.
And why were there that many? If there were that many clones in one spot, then that kind of does insinuate that was where they all were. Because why would you have so many in one place? That's kind of worthless, right?
That might have just been why they were producing it. There might be one stray one, you don't know.
It's highly possible, but you have no
Let's
reason
just
to believe
hope
it.
when she dies, that's it. Like, she's gone.
No, there's no point hoping.
Oh.
Why don't we make sure?
You want to do your coin thing, don't you?
It's not what I want to do, it's what we need to do.
You're not going to do that to one of us, are you? If we die.
What? Do what?
Put the coin on us if we're about to die.
No.
That'd be a pretty dick move.
I mean, if you had lived many lives that you shouldn't have, and that weren't owed to you, then yeah, probably, but...
Doesn't mean go for it, technically. Because he's died.
It's different.
So have I.
It's different. So is Skimshaw. So, by your philosophy...
From what I've gathered, it takes roughly 10 days for a soul to depart fully to the afterlife, and if
Yeah.
a soul is brought back in that time, that's considered their
Okay.
death being prevented rather than their
Them
soul
taking
being...
life from somebody else to live.
Yes.
So
there are
okay,
spells within Gira's tool set that can do
I
that
won't be
within 10
pedantic,
days.
but okay. Well,
I suppose who's to say that they won't just bring her back to life and then execute her publicly?
that's true. They do have the power to do that. Doesn't your coin prevent that?
Mike, does it prevent people from being revivified?
Make a religion check.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay. It presents. Oh shit! I probably shouldn't keep this on myself then.
Yeah, it's fine. You've got tails faced towards you. It's only heads that makes
Oh my
it.
god! I never thought about that.
It's part the coin, part the ritual.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like oh no, if I die, my suicide list's gonna go off.
Yeah, that would be really mean if Mike just was like, "No, you got the coin on you."
You're dead.
Yeah.
The character you
Okay.
played for 2 years now?
That would be so funny. Alright.
Okay.
Such memes.
Yeah.
Alright, we should maybe finish the session here then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll talk we can talk we can talk about like what people are buying and stuff in VL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
that was pretty intense.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I thought there was going to be a bit of
Stealth
PvP.
It's been 2 years.
I was like yeah.
Stealth